मेरे साथ बहुत गलत हुआ है। क्या मेरे मल्टीपल फाइब्रॉइड्स हो सकते हैं? इज दिस जेनेटिक?
हाय गाइस, वेलकम बैक टू द पिंकी प्रॉमिस चैनल। आज का टॉपिक थोड़ा टॉपिकल है और थोड़ा पर्सनल भी, बिकॉज इट्स फाइब्रॉइड अवेयरनेस मंथ एंड आई हैव हैड द कंडीशन फॉर ऑलमोस्ट 10 years और मैं खुद इतनी मिस इन्फॉर्मेशन की शिकार बनी हूँ। तो वी थॉट व्हाई नॉट क्लियर इट ऑल अप with Pinky Promise की very own gynecologist, Dr. Vinati Manyar. Come, join me in the waiting room.
Welcome, Dr. Vinati.
Thank you.
So I want to start off with a super basic question. I want to know the difference between PCOS, PMOS, and PCOD.
This is a very common question. Okay, nowadays people are really getting confused. Pehle they used to get confused about the difference between PCOS and PCOD, right? And now they've just added another term. All of them are obviously the same. We need to understand that PCOS and PCOD basically are the same thing, technically different for us because syndrome, polycystic ovarian syndrome, is a combination of all the symptoms along with the investigations, and the disease is more like a disease per se. Now, why they have renamed it to PMOS is because when you talk about PCOS, you're primarily focusing only on the ovaries. Whereas it's a metabolic disease, it is more, happens due to the combination of the dysregularities in hormones. So that's why they've renamed it to just justify what the disease exactly is, but it's all the same thing.
Oh, okay. So these diseases are, or these disorders are cyst related.
Yes.
So what's the difference between a cyst and a fibroid then?
Okay. So fibroids basically, in normal layman हम लोग हिंदी में बोलते हैं, all of them is GART, okay?
Okay.
But GART are also of two types, benign and cancerous. Fibroids are benign, so there's no cancer. First of all, we need to be very sure of that. People get really scared about this thing.
Yeah.
Fibroids are they are muscle, the uterine muscle that kind of gets these masses, which are fibroids. And the cysts that we talk about affect the ovaries, basically.
Okay.
So that is, and obviously cysts can be of either type, benign, cancerous, and there are multiple types of ovarian cysts. So that needs to be kind of differentiated, but fibroids and cysts are very different. Fibroid happens to the uterine muscle and cysts happen to the ovary.
Okay. Thanks for clearing that up, because for the longest time I have been calling my fibroids PCOS.
Oh no.
Which I think confused my doctor also, to be honest.
Yeah.
So let's talk about symptoms, right? A woman with fibroids, what are the kind of symptoms? Because one of the major problems that I faced in my journey was the fact that I have no symptoms. So am I like a rare case, like a unicorn?
No.
Okay.
Absolutely not. So in fact, fibroids are something that a lot of women have, okay, especially those who've crossed their 30s can have fibroids in small or large sizes, and most of them are asymptomatic and they're accidental findings on ultrasounds, right? Of course, if these fibroids are differently located, and according to the location of your fibroids, also the symptoms can differ. So if these fibroids are inside the uterine cavity, there is more high chances of you having like a heavy menstrual bleeding or stuff like that. Or if it is very, very large or it is pedunculated, then it can kind of twist around or cause pain. During your periods, you can have pain if the fibroids are really, really big. So it differs. And of course, the size and location is what decides these symptoms.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Thanks for clearing that up. I have so many questions.
Okay.
The next one is, let's myth bust a little, right?
Okay.
One of the things that I had heard was that fibroids अपने आप चले जाएंगे. Don't do anything about it. वो गल के गिर जाएंगे. So वो गल के गिरते हैं because it doesn't seem like वो गल के गिरते हैं.
So basically, post menopause, because your estrogen levels drop, then the fibroid size shrinks. But otherwise, they don't गल के निकल जाते हैं. They may stay the same size for multiple years.
Okay.
Or they may increase in size. Varies, depends on different females. It absolutely depends on different factors. But definitely it doesn't reduce on its own until and unless you've attained menopause and kind of, then they can reduce in size.
Okay. And Okay, so how fast do these fibroids grow? Because I was diagnosed in 2019, and because they said gal ke gir jayenge, I didn't do anything about it, sadly. And today in 2026, my fibroids are around 4 centimeters, and I've been told that I will need surgery. So can you just shed some light on that?
Okay, so yes, size does impact your result and outcome. Okay, of course, also like I told you, the location also is very, very important.
Yes.
So depending on the location, depending on your symptoms, how much are you being able to actually go through with your daily life with these fibroids? Is it hampering your daily life? Are you having any sort of infertility issues? Are you having any sort of heavy bleeding that you cannot go through the day, or a lot of pain? So it depends on your symptoms, it depends on the size, it depends on the location, multiple factors. So that is how any gynac will give you a suggestion whether to go for a surgery or not.
Okay, but typically how long does it, like, is it right for me to ask the question कि कितनी तेजी से बढ़ते हैं? Do they grow up really fast? Am I doing something that made them grow up really fast?
Not really. It's first of all 100% not in your hands, and secondly, this cannot be predicted. It is very, very varied, and it is very different for each individual. We can never predict how fast it's going to grow. Only we just give one advice, that keep repeating your scans to keep in check the size of your fibroid.
Okay. You spoke a little bit about infertility as one of the things, right? And that has been a very big fear of mine. So I just want to know कि क्या मुझे conceive करने में, या अगर pregnancy हुई, right, my future pregnancy में कोई भी दिक्कत हो सकती है because of these fibroids, or am I going to get pregnant at all? Like, is it going to cause infertility? Am I not going to be able to get pregnant?
See, most of the fibroids are usually located at places that will not hamper your fertility, right?
Oh.
Fibroids and infertility can be a combination, but they are very less likely that they coexist. Okay, fibroids have to be very specifically, आपका जो यूट्रस है उसके साइड में जो ट्यूब्स है, वो ट्यूब की जो ओपनिंग यूट्रस में है वहाँ पे जाके ब्लॉक कर रहा है फाइब्रॉइड, तो आपको इनफर्टिलिटी होगी. Otherwise, it's not going to cause infertility. So you're definitely going to conceive. Now again, your outcome of pregnancy, if a fibroid is within the uterine cavity, then you may land up in an early abortion or something like that. But if say suppose वो यूट्रस में बाहर के साइड पे यूट्रस के मसल लेयर में है, and it's not really hampering the cavity inside, we've seen a lot of women have fibroids and they have an absolutely healthy pregnancy outcome. So you don't need to be so worried about it.
That's quite reassuring, actually. Also, one more thing that I've been told, that when I went to the doctor the first time, I was told that if you have fibroids, considering I had no symptoms, the recommendation was just lose weight and the fibroids will go away by themselves. I tried that. It didn't work. So am I the only one? Is my weight really an issue? Because now I'm at a stage in my life where I'm worried. I'm like, is this going to cause me so much more trouble in the future?
So I think initially you mentioned that you were confusing between PCOS and fibroids, right? So I think that's exactly where you got confused again. Okay, if you have PCOS, yes, weight loss is going to help. Fibroids and weight loss, they have no relation. Like I told you, you asked me priorly also that can I do something to change my fibroid status, or did I do something wrong, right? So it absolutely has no correlation, whether it is about weight loss or even any other habits that you have. Fibroids specifically don't have any impact.
And does birth control help? So I was prescribed birth control once they knew it was not PCOS and fibroids. They gave me birth control, but my body couldn't handle birth control. So is that a solution at all for women who are not at such an advanced stage, maybe at centimeters, maybe if they're at millimeters? Does birth control help?
So birth control basically is given to control the bleeding. Like you said, few millimeters, it doesn't really matter. Birth control for few millimeters of fibroid, not really.
Okay. मेरे साथ बहुत गलत हुआ है, वैसे मेरे को लग रहा है, throughout this conversation. But this is one thing that has also troubled me quite a bit, right? क्या मेरे मल्टीपल फाइब्रॉइड्स हो सकते हैं?
हाँ, 100% हो सकते हैं. इनफैक्ट एक फाइब्रॉइड इज यूजुअली रेयर. इफ योर यूट्रस हैज अ टेंडेंसी ऑफ डेवलपिंग फाइब्रॉइड्स, यू विल गेट मल्टीपल फाइब्रॉइड्स. बट आर यू सपोज टू गेट स्कैर्ड दैट आई हैव, ओ माय गॉड, आई हैव मल्टीपल फाइब्रॉइड्स? एब्सोल्युटली नॉट. सब छोटे हैं. They are not hampering your life, and with repeated scans you realize it's not growing in size. Just let them be. You don't have to do it.
Is this genetic?
Absolutely not.
Okay, interesting. I want to understand the effect, if it has any at all, on mental health because of fibroids. Like, is that a component of symptoms, or is that a component?
So we do get a lot of women in the OPD who are mentally little strained because of the symptoms that they get, right? Because of the severe pain. Or we have women who have really heavy bleeding and it's just unstoppable, like, 10 pads a day and bleeding for 15-20 days at a stretch, and it's just not stopping. So obviously that's going to take a mental toll on you, right? And of course, those women who have, like I told you, the fibroids that are there inside the uterine cavity, they experience these, early stage abortions. So those kind of things 100% do have an effect on your mental status. But otherwise, for those women who don't have any symptoms, it doesn't really affect it at all.
Are there any positives about having fibroids?
Positives, not as such, of course. I won't say that it's a positive to have a fibroid, but it's not as harmful. Okay?
Yeah.
If it's not growing in size, if it's not bothering you, it's like a vestigial part of your body which you can just deal with.
Yeah.
Right? So if it's not affecting you in any way, don't bother yourself with it. That's all.
Awesome. Last question. I know it's super late and you have so much to do.
Yeah.
What is your message for women like me who are going through this, who may or may not have help, who may or may not be diagnosed, who may be wrongly diagnosing themselves कि PCOS है, and then that delays diagnosis and things like that? What is your message to these women?
So my first message is that don't fear getting help, right? The apprehension to walk through the gynec's door should not be there. I mean, just go and get an opinion and get done with it, right? You will get diagnosed. क्या हो जाएगा? You will just get a diagnosis, right? They're not going to pull you into a surgery or an OT, just immediately. So don't keep that apprehension. Whatever it is, go and openly talk to your gynec about it. I'm sure they're there to help you. And, they will be able to give you a diagnosis. If you're suffering from either of the symptoms, they will give you that treatment to have a better lifestyle and give you quality of life in general. So don't fear doing that. Don't self-diagnose. Don't, do all of that, and just go walk through their doors. That's what I want to say.
Awesome. This was really helpful. Thank you, Dr. Vinati.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So that's the video, girls. I know, as someone who's suffering from it, fighting fibroids can be scary, but you can do it. If you like the video, like, comment and share. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button to get access to many more such videos. और अगर आपको हमारे डॉक्टर से बात करनी है, the link to the consultation is in the description. आपको सिर्फ 99 में expert gynecological care मिल जाएगी. Pinky promise!